Whoa, I'm live. All right. Hello, good day. I hope everyone has been doing well. For me, I believe this will be probably the best week of the whole year so far. Better than even my birthday week. So, this week will be a very good week for me. So, I'm just saying, I hope that you guys have a great week. The topic for today's video is the hero's journey. And by doing the hero's journey, sorry for being distracted. And by doing the hero's journey, I would also like to talk about what it means to be a masculine man. So, a little background. I am an author. I like to write, and this topic came about because I want to understand what it means in today's world, in 2024, what it means to be a masculine man. And for my story that I am going to write, I'm going to use a masculine man, and I'm just doing some character development. So basically, this is the process of writing a story and creating a main character. So I'm going to talk about the hero's journey. So the hero's journey, before I get into the details, it's like a formula. It's a structure that authors or story writers, script writers use when they are making a movie or a book. So this came about when when Star Wars. I've never watched it before, but this formula was popularized. I became trendy when Star Wars got popular or became a hit movie, and other authors replicate the formula. And it has been working very well because everyone use it. So by talking about the masculine man, I will touch on different aspects because there's a lot of aspects we can talk about. But the subgroup that I'm looking at after the hero's journey, so just to let you know that we're doing character building. So after the hero's journey, we'll go more into the mindset or the mentality of a masculine man, and then we'll touch on some emotional aspects, spiritual aspects after, and other stuff. Um so this whole thing can take like 52 weeks. So I'm not really trying to be perfect right now, even though that is the aim, to be perfect. But for now, I'm just trying to fly the ship while I build it. I like that saying, fly the ship while you build it. So in the future, the stream will look more professional, and there will be notes on the screen. But today, because I was not as prepared. I will be, well, in the future, I would like to put the notes on the screen. So let's begin. I'm feel like I just not talk clearly. So I'm gonna say it again. While there's some character building, and before we go in the main character building, I'm just going to tell you the process of writing a story of like 5 minutes gone already. Of writing a good story. Okay. Um. So the hero's journey, I basically told you already. It is the journey that an ordinary person takes to become a wise teacher, or yeah, to become wise. So ordinary to become a champion or a hero. It is the process that an ordinary person goes on to become a hero. All right. So I'll talk about hero's journey, but I'll use my experience. So the hero's journey has 12 steps, and I'll try to go through it as fast as possible. Then we'll touch on masculinity and try to answer as much question I have prepared as possible. So, followed by the hero's journey. You guys want to think this is a joke thing, but I have my notes right here. Alright, so here it is. Seeing 5 steps here. I should be more prepared. Hold on. Alright. So let's begin. The hero's journey. An ordinary person is in the world, and they are being called on to take on this adventure, right? First off, this person is in their comfort zone, so they are going to refuse the journey for whatever reason they give, because they are comfortable. There's no reason to take on hard labor. So, for what purpose? And you don't even know if you're going to come out alive. So the process begins when the ordinary person is called to take on the journey. So the ordinary world, that's the first step. We are in the ordinary world, the hero's normal life before the adventure. And for me, a good example would be at school. I wanted to be an athlete. Um, I heard like my teacher saying that he was a coach, and he encouraged us to join the team, and I wanted to be an athlete. So for me, the for being in the ordinary world, it's following my friends to join the football team. So just picture in your mind, you're in class and your teacher say, next year you guys can join the football team and we'll be able to travel to matches and play at the national stadium and have fun with your friends and so on. So you're excited, and I followed my friends to join the football team. So that's the first step, the call to adventure. So sometimes something happens that invites the hero to start their journey. right? I wrote down I got kicked off the football team, and this led me to later try out the track team. So I got kicked off the football team because of my indiscipline. My coach was talking to me, and I found him off. I found him off and went home, and I never returned to the training because I felt that he was pressuring me. You understand? I scored. We were playing football. I scored, but for some reason he called me and was scolding me, and I was like, I'm not dealing with this, and I did go back. So that something happened. Refusal to the call. The hero hesitate or refuse the call to adventure. I wrote down at first I did not think I would like doing tracks. So I still wanted to be an athlete, and I followed a different friend to the tracks. I was waiting on him at tracks training, and I thought it was fun. So I end up joining the team, but I didn't think I would like it because it didn't look it. My friend looked like he was having fun, but I personally did not think I would have fun at it. But I did still try it out. Meeting the mentor. The hero meets a mentor who gives guidance or tool. I wrote down after trying out for the team, I met my coach. My coach is a very loving person and encourage and encouraging mentor. Um, so yeah, I met the coach. So that is meeting the mentor. Number five, crossing the threshold. The hero commits to adventure and steps into the unknown. I wrote down the training was hard, but I grew to love it. The thing is, before joining the any team, we would have sports day at school, and I realized that by doing the tracks training, I could perform better in PE and sports day and at home when playing. So eventually, I grew to like it. So that's number five. Test allies and enemies. The hero faces challenges, makes allies, and encounter enemies. That's number six. I wrote down my first test came when I ran at the international championship and came second in a relay team. So that was the first test. Okay. Competing in my first international championships would be um a good test, right? So I came second. Number seven, approach to the inmost cave. Approach to the inmost cave. The hero prepares for the biggest challenge yet. That's number seven. I got hit. Oh my! I got hit by a car and broke my arm. Well, I was crossing the road following adult supervision and got hit. Ended up going to the hospital, and that altered altered stopped the training. All right, so number eight, the ordeal. The hero faces a major test or crisis. I wrote down. I returned to the training the following year. I returned to the training the following year and won all the races at my school competition. So at my school competition, I still managed to overcome any injuries and won all three of my races. Um, Number nine, the reward. After overcoming the ordeal, the hero earns a reward. I wrote down, I won all the races I ran at my school competition. So that seems I'm repeat something. All right, number 10, the road back. The hero begins the journey back home, often facing more challenges. I wrote down this. Oh, and focus. The following year, so number 10, the road back. Hero begins the journey back home, often facing more challenges. Okay, so the following year, so I broke my arm. Following year, I returned to competition and I won my races. The thing though, the following year, I broke my arm again, broke another arm. Um, I broke my arm, but this time I had the mental resilience to keep training. So the thing though, with this broken arm, I was still able to compete in competitions. So that didn't really slow me down. The resurrection, the hero faith is a final test that brings a transformation. I wrote down, I competed in my school competition and won all my races. This skyrocketed my confidence. So by going through all these trials, failure, success, it boosted my confidence to know what I can actually achieve what I set my mind to achieve. Number 12, return with the elixir. So in a movie picture going on an adventure and you come back with like the elixir to life, to long life, right? So the hero returns home, change and brings something valuable to others. I wrote down, I graduated with a lot of gold medals on mental resilience and the self-belief I could achieve anything I set my mind to do. So that is the hero's journey. And I'll just go over some questions really quick. What does being a man means to you? What does being a man mean to you? What does being a man means to you? To me, it's a simple answer, because time has changed, society has changed, and I'm just looking at the rules. Everybody has their own opinion, but for me, I'm just looking at the rules of society. Society says that you're a man at the age of 18, and this is very evident to how they treat us in the prison system. After 18, you're treated as an adult. Um, Now, you can argue that you're not a man yet because you don't learn about this and you don't learn about that. That is okay. I think that was the case in the past, but time has changed. How do you take care of your responsibilities? How do you take care of your responsibilities? Taking care of my responsibilities. How I take care of it? Well, I set priorities. So if this is more important, I'll try to work on that as much as possible. And I always set goals. So that is very, very important, setting goals. Um, that is very, very important. So prioritize your responsibilities. What makes someone strong, not just in muscles? You need muscles, but what makes you strong without muscles? What if you couldn't walk? Would you still be considered strong man? I don't know. That is arguable. But mental resilience, confidence, self belief, maturity, um, and just drive and purpose. That to me makes a strong man. What's the bravest thing you've ever done? To me, the bravest thing, I've done a lot of brave things. But seeing as I'm talking about my past when I was in primary school, when I stepped out on the national stadium, the track, when I walked through the tunnel and went and stepped on the track, that to me was very brave because I felt a lot of self doubt. Even though I was good at school, that doubt still caused me to not do my best. But I still consider myself being brave to be able to win medals and stuff like that. why is it why is it important to have a purpose in life? So we'll come back to the purpose thing. A purpose in life is basically the north star to your map or your compass. So you can have a purpose, you can achieve your purpose, and you can set new goals. But basically, your purpose is what you enjoy doing. How do you show kindness and still be strong? How you show kindness and still be strong? That's a good question. Well, you have to just, as a man, we're talking about masculine man, we're not talking about just anything, we're talking about masculine man. Well, to show kindness and still be strong, you have to accept the fact that your kindness will not always be received by others. And you just have to accept that and know that you're dealing with love and you just continue on that journey. What makes a good leader? A good leader to me, is someone that is willing to help their subordinates grow to a higher level. So you nurture them to become something that you nurture them to see their potential, and you provide guidance. And being a good leader has different traits, but just being be able to nurture the person potential. How do you stay focused and disciplined every day? That is a good one. When you stay focused and disciplined, you need encouragement. You can't do it without encouragement. You have to have self belief. You have to have um, a routine. That is very, 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 very important for a masculine man. A routine. You need a routine. Without a routine, it's going to be difficult to achieve your goals. So, who taught you the most about being a man? Who taught me the most about being a man? Well, I was basically, I would say, my grandfather, my paternal grandfather. He was the one that would teach me discipline. Tell me, when you go to the shop, make sure you say good morning. When you see this person, this lady, when you walk past this lady, make sure you say hello and good morning. He would teach me how to basically just soft skills you would need out in the world. What advice would you give to a boy learning to be a man? Well, I would tell him to see failure as something that you can always overcome with the right mindset and self belief. Accept failure as something that is a part of life and that you can um, just see it as a stepping stone. And that is all the questions I have. So, guys, it's very late. I don't think I'll edit these slides, honestly. I don't think I will edit them. Maybe like in the future, probably I'll edit them, but not right now. So that is the hero's journey. The next video I want to do is the masculine archetypes. So let me touch on that a little bit to to leave you with a cliffhanger. There are different energy that a masculine man has, meaning he operates a certain way. So so um so the archetypes of a masculine man, you have the lover energy. That is the one that is more artistic. So he's always trying to understand his emotions and want to basically express himself. That is the one that I want to touch on first, because that's the one that I believe right now in this stage of my life that I am more in. And not saying that the others is not strong, but I'm probably predominant right now in this. And that one is more fun to talk about to me. That's the reason basically I want to talk about it. You have the warrior archetype. That is the one that is more disciplined and focused. You have the magician. He's the smart one. So he's the one that always wants to learn something new and wants to build something. So he'd probably think of building a bridge or a skyscraper. I want to learn how to do that. You have the king archetype. He's the one that's the energy that has the moral compass and has basically like a divine thing to him, like a divine energy. So he's the one that more communicate with God. I'll probably end in 4 minutes. Definitely end in 4 minutes. So the king is the one that is the divine energy, the one that is communicate with God, the more you want in touch with God. The warrior one is the more disciplined one. The magician is the smart one, the one that always want to learn something. The energy, the lover energy is the one that always want to express itself no matter what. He wants to write, he wants to sing, he wants to make music, he wants to create art all the time, and among other things. So that's the one I'll touch on next week. So basically, as I said, I'm just trying to create a main character for a story, and I wanted to just lay the foundation. What it how you can create a good story. And I told you the hero's journey using my examples. I didn't want to use just something off the internet. And then we touched on the next week we're going to touch on the archetypes. So we're going to talk about that next. Um, and I'll come with some questions prepared. So as usual, we talk and then we'll have question and answers after. So thank you for watching, and like and share. Um, and as I said, this whole process will take about 52 weeks. So I'm not trying to be perfect right now, but eventually we will get to perfect. So thank you for watching, and um, see you again.